What if I told you that there's one simple phrase that could make a woman think about you long after you're gone? Just a few words, spoken at the right moment, can leave a lasting impression, something she replays in her mind when you're not even around. This isn't about clever pickup lines or trying to charm your way in. It's not about rehearsing compliments or playing psychological games. It's about authenticity. It's about being a man who says something real, something grounded, not because he's trying to impress, but because it's who he is. There are words that go beyond surface-level attraction. They touch something deeper. They awaken an instinctive, unexplainable connection. Like a song you can't get out of your head, these words stay with her long after the conversation ends. In this video, we're tapping into timeless principles rooted in Stoic philosophy that allow you to say less, but make every word count. I'm going to share a few key phrases that don't just make her listen, they make her feel. And once a woman feels something deeply, she never forgets it. Let's begin with one of the most powerful things a man can say. You're free to walk away. At first, it might sound cold, maybe even careless. But when said calmly, without any bitterness, it carries a heavy truth. It shows her that you're not here to cling or chase. You're grounded. You don't need to convince her to stay, and that makes her want to stay even more. Because while most men beg, plead, or over-explain, the man who stands tall and offers freedom shows real strength. He's not trying to control her. He's showing that he has control over himself. That seed, planted in a moment of peace, whispers in her mind later, "This man doesn't need me. He chooses me." That distinction, it sticks with her in ways you can't fake. Another phrase that rewrites the script is, "I don't need you to understand me." When said from a place of quiet confidence, it shifts the energy entirely. Most men rush to be understood. They spill every emotion, explain every detail, hoping to be validated. But the Stoic man doesn't operate like that. He knows who he is. He isn't distant, he's centered. When you say you don't need her to understand you, you're showing her that you define yourself. Not through her eyes, not through her approval, but through your own sense of self. That quiet certainty creates a mystery, a tension that pulls her in. Because we're all drawn to the things we can't quite figure out. Next, there's a phrase that holds more strength than 1,000 arguments. Peace is more important than winning. Say this when she throws a dig or tests your calm. You don't rise to it. You don't play the game. You simply respond with grace. That's when she sees who you really are, a man who doesn't fight to prove anything. You value peace over pride. You'd rather stand in silence than drown in chaos. That level of restraint, it leaves an impression. She might not say it in the moment, but she'll think about it later, about how she couldn't shake you, how your presence remained firm even when she tried to shake the ground beneath you. Now here's one that hits deep. I can walk away, but I choose to stay. That kind of clarity is rare. Most people stay because they're afraid of leaving. But when you show that staying is a choice, not a need, it changes everything. You're not trapped. You're not desperate. You're choosing her from a place of power. That makes her feel free in the relationship, not controlled. And freedom? That's what builds true desire. Because when someone knows they're not needed, but still wanted, it creates a bond that's hard to break. Then there's this subtle yet powerful statement. I know what you need, even when you don't. This isn't about being arrogant. It's about paying attention. Listening, not just to what she says, but to what she doesn't. Most men are too busy trying to impress or guess their way into a woman's heart. But the man who notices the small things, the way her mood shifts, the way she looks away when something's off, that man doesn't need to ask. He just knows, and that level of awareness, it speaks louder than words. Women remember the ones who get them without needing a roadmap. Finally, perhaps the boldest thing a man can say is, I don't fear losing you. Not as a weapon, not to make her feel small, but as a reflection of emotional maturity. Because when you're not afraid to lose something, you're free to love it honestly, without control, without desperation. That kind of inner strength is rare, and it rattles people. It makes her pause and realize she's not holding all the cards. You are. Because real confidence isn't loud. It doesn't need reassurance. It just is. These phrases, when spoken with sincerity and strength, don't just sound good. They feel different. They're the kind of words that leave a mark. Not because they're flashy, but because they reveal something few men ever do. A man who is whole on his own, yet still chooses connection. So next time you speak to a woman, remember, it's not about memorizing lines. It's about being grounded in who you are. Let your words reflect that. And you won't just be remembered, you'll be unforgettable. And if you want to dive even deeper into the kind of mindset that builds real power, presence, and magnetic energy, there's more waiting for you inside the members-only room. Hit the link below, and you'll get a free guide that breaks it all down, simple strategies to master yourself and leave a lasting impression that no woman can ignore. Make your words matter. Make them count. And most of all, stay true to who you are. That's where the real attraction begins.